A casino insider just exposed a secret that could save you thousands of dollars. Internal reports from former slot technicians reveal that one of the most iconic machines on any casino floor, Wheel of Fortune quarter slots, is also one of the worst games you can play if you care about keeping your money. It's bright, loud, nostalgic, and hypnotic. But behind that familiar theme music hides one of the lowest paying setups in the entire building. Let's talk about Frank, a retired school teacher who loved weekend trips to Las Vegas. Every Friday night, he sat at the exact same Wheel of Fortune machine near the poker room at the Bellagio. 2 years of habit, thousands of spins, and the same dream every time, hearing that jackpot wheel scream his name. By his own count, Frank ran roughly $40,000 through that machine. He won back about $28,000. 12 grand gone, slowly, invisibly, all while thinking he was breaking even. Former IGT engineers say the reason is simple: math and marketing. The quarter denomination Wheel of Fortune machines usually return only 86 to 88% of what's wagered. That means for every $100 players feed in, the house quietly keeps 12 to 14. Why so low? Because those flashy machines pay licensing fees for the Wheel of Fortune brand, and that cost comes directly out of player returns. The more famous the game, the worse your odds. And that famous wheel bonus everyone loves? According to insider data, it triggers roughly once every 300 spins on average. When it finally lands, it pays about 20 to 30 times your bet. If you're betting 75 cents, expect maybe 15 or 20 bucks, after spending 200 to get there. Technicians tell stories of players who hit multiple wheel bonuses in one night and walked away smiling, completely unaware they'd lost hundreds overall. The lights, the fanfare, the Wheel of Fortune jingle. It's all engineered to make small wins feel huge and losses feel invisible. Psychologists call it false feedback conditioning. Your brain celebrates because the machine celebrates. Even when the numbers say you're losing, the sensory overload convinces you otherwise. That's why players stay glued to the chair, spinning long after they meant to stop. Casino employees privately call this machine the retirement fund killer. They've seen too many older players pour their pensions into it, drawn by nostalgia, routine, and that deceptive promise that the next spin could be the one. So the next time you hear that cheerful music across the casino floor, remember what it really means. It's not luck calling your name. It's a system designed to sound like luck while it quietly takes your money. Buffalo Gold, the beautiful trap. Walk into any casino and you'll see them everywhere. Glowing screens filled with roaring bison and golden coins flying across the reels. People love them, and for good reason. The game looks exciting, the wins seem huge, and every spin feels like something big could happen. But according to casino insiders, Buffalo Gold is one of the most dangerous machines on the floor because it sells hope better than almost any other slot in history. A retired casino manager once said, "If you want to know where the casino makes its money, look for the longest line of players." And that line almost always leads to Buffalo Gold. This machine's charm lies in its bonus feature, those free spins that can snowball into massive payouts. It feels generous, it feels fair, but the numbers tell a very different story. Former employees revealed that Buffalo Gold runs on what's called high volatility. That means the machine can pay big, but those big wins are incredibly rare. The base game RTB usually sits around 88 to 90%, depending on the casino and denomination. According to technician reports, the bonus round triggers approximately once every 150 spins. That might sound decent until you realize most of those bonuses pay less than 50 times your bet. Let's do the math. If you're betting $1 per spin, you'll probably spend about $150 to reach a bonus and walk away with a $30 or $40 win. On paper, you're down over $100, but the flashing graphics and dramatic music make it feel like you just struck gold. That's how Buffalo Gold keeps people glued to the chair. The real psychological trap is something insiders call the super bonus illusion. Roughly 1 in every 50 bonus rounds will deliver a massive payout. 300 times, maybe even 500 times your bet. Those are the moments you hear cheers from across the casino. A random player hits a huge win, and suddenly everyone nearby thinks, that could be me. But they don't see the 49 other players who spent hours chasing that same dream and left with empty wallets. One technician documented a man who played Buffalo Gold for 8 hours straight, trying to hit a super bonus. He triggered 12 bonus rounds that night, and not one of them was special. By the time he stood up, he'd lost $4,000. Buffalo Gold's greatest weapon isn't math, It's emotion. It makes you believe you're always close to something incredible. The bonus triggers just often enough to keep you hopeful, but the payouts are calibrated to keep you losing slowly and steadily. Casinos love Buffalo Gold because players don't walk away angry. They walk away optimistic. They tell themselves, next time I'll hit that big one. And that thought brings them right back. So, if you ever sit down at a Buffalo Gold machine, remember, it's not designed to pay you. It's designed to make you believe it will. Lightning Link, Happy Lantern, the near miss machine. At first glance, Lightning Link, Happy Lantern looks harmless. Bright colors, cheerful music, floating lanterns, and the promise of life-changing wins. But according to former casino employees, this is one of the most deceptive machines ever made. A masterclass in near misses and psychological manipulation. The game belongs to the massively popular Lightning Link series made by Aristocrat. It's everywhere, especially in casinos with large Asian-themed sections. Players love it for the hold and spin feature, where landing 6 glowing symbols triggers a mini-game that feels like a jackpot is right around the corner. But insiders say that's exactly the point. It's not designed to reward you, it's designed to keep you chasing. According to internal technical documentation, the base RTP, return to player, of Happy Lantern sits around 87%, already one of the worst in its category. The hold and spin bonus triggers about once every 80 to 100 spins, which sounds reasonable, until you realize that most of those bonus rounds pay 8 to 15 times your bet. Imagine betting $1 per spin. You spend $100 to trigger a bonus that gives you back 10 or 15. The lights flash, coins fly, the crowd cheers, and your brain says winning, even as your wallet says otherwise. But the real trap is buried deeper in the programming. Former technicians confirmed that Happy Lantern is coded to create more near misses than other Lightning Link titles. You'll constantly see 5 bonus symbols appear, just one short of the 6 you need. Or during the hold and spin round, you'll watch glowing symbols drop just above or below the visible reels, teasing you over and over. Your brain interprets that pattern as progress. It whispers, I'm getting closer. But statistically, every spin is independent. Those almost mean nothing except more lost money. One former technician shared a story about a woman who played Happy Lantern every weekend for 6 straight months. She actually tracked her sessions in a notebook. Wins, losses, bonus triggers. By the end of that time, she had triggered the hold and spin over 300 times. Only 8 of those bonuses paid more than 100 times her bet. The rest? Tiny payouts that never even covered what she'd spent getting there. Her total loss? About $12,000. And she still believed she was due for a big one. That's the genius and cruelties of this game. It doesn't have to win your money quickly. It just has to convince you that the next round is almost there. Those constant, close calls keep dopamine flowing, even as your bankroll disappears. According to insiders, Happy Lantern is a perfect storm of psychology and design. Frequent near misses, low returns, bright visuals, and just enough excitement to make you forget the math. It's not luck. It's code. And that code is written to make you believe in hope while quietly cashing out your wallet. Game of Thrones slot machine, the Dragon's Trap. Few machines draw attention like this one. The dark theme, the booming soundtrack, and the promise of epic wins worthy of a king. But according to casino insiders, the Game of Thrones slot machine is one of the most misleading games ever placed on a casino floor. Made by Aristocrat, this branded slot looks incredible. Clips from the show, fire-breathing dragons, and a giant Iron Throne bonus. But behind the spectacle hides one of the lowest payout rates in the entire casino. Former pit bosses report that its RTP, return to player, hovers between 86 and 89%, depending on how the casino configures it. That's below average even by slot standards. And yet, players line up for it every night, because who doesn't want to sit on the throne for a few spins? Here's where things get interesting. The game features 4 modes: Baratheon, Lannister, Stark, and Targaryen. Each house has different volatility and bonus patterns, but most players naturally pick Targaryen because dragons and fire look the coolest. Insiders reveal that this mode also happens to be the most volatile, meaning fewer wins and longer gaps between bonuses. You wait longer, spend more, and win less, all because the dragons look amazing. And then there's the gamble feature, the slot's most dangerous trick. When you win a bonus, maybe $60, maybe $200. The machine tempts you to double it for a shot at something bigger. The bright red button flashes, the music swells. It's irresistible. But former technicians confirm the odds of successfully gambling your bonus are terrible. Most players lose the entire amount. One insider recalled watching a man who hit a $200 bonus on the Game of Thrones slot. He was thrilled until he clicked gamble. He lost instantly. Then he spent the next 3 hours trying to win it back. By closing time, he was down $1,500. That moment, the heartbreak of almost doubling your money, is exactly what the machine is designed to create. It's emotional bait disguised as a choice. Insiders say this machine is especially effective because of its production value. It feels epic. The orchestral music, the video clips, the dramatic visuals, it all builds the illusion of importance. You feel like every spin matters, like destiny is just a reel away. But underneath that cinematic experience, it's just math. Math that's designed for you to lose slowly and enjoyably. Former casino employees call this slot the Dragon's Trap. It breathes fire, but only to burn your bankroll. If you love Game of Thrones, rewatch the show. Don't fund its sequel on the casino floor. 88 Fortunes, the Jackpot Mirage. There's something magnetic about the gold colors, the music, and the number 8 flashing everywhere. In Chinese culture, 8 symbolizes luck and prosperity, and casinos know that better than anyone. That's why 88 Fortunes is one of the most popular and most profitable machines ever made. For the house, not for you. According to former slot technicians, this game is built on a clever illusion of control. You can choose how many gold symbols to activate. The more you select, the higher your bet and the greater your supposed chance of hitting a jackpot. Players think they're improving their odds, but insiders say the math doesn't change much. You're just betting more money on the same 88% RTP. One story that still circulates among casino workers is about a man named Tony. He was a loyal 88 Fortunes player. Every day after work, every weekend, same machine, same hope. He bet $4.50 per spin, about 600 spins per session, 4 or 5 days a week. That's $2,700 per session, week after week. What kept him hooked was the Fubat jackpot feature, the little gold coin picking game that can award one of 4 progressives: mini, minor, major, or grand. The mini might pay $10 to $15, the minor around $100, the major about $1,000, and the grand, sometimes $20,000 or more. Tony hit the small ones regularly, even snagged 2 majors over 2 years, but he never hit the grand, not once. By the time his wife discovered his losses, he'd gone through nearly $300,000. He'd maxed credit cards, taken out loans, even refinanced his house without telling her. When the truth came out, they had to sell their home to pay the debt. 3 months later, after Tony was banned from the casino by his wife's request, the grand jackpot on his favorite machine hit for $17,000. Someone else won it. Insiders call 88 Fortunes the Jackpot Mirage. It's the perfect storm of cultural symbolism, clever design, and addictive math. The music, the gold colors, the almost wins, all engineered to make you feel like your next spin could finally be the one. But the reality is simple. The machine doesn't remember how much you've lost, and it doesn't care how long you've played. Every spin is a brand new chance, not to win, but to lose again, beautifully. Sex in the City, the illusion of winning. It's flashy, pink, and full of glam. The Sex in the City slot machine looks harmless, fun, flirty, and friendly. But according to casino employees, it's one of the most manipulative games ever programmed. This machine's biggest trick is something experts call losses disguised as wins. Here's how it works. You bet $2.50 on a spin. The reels line up, you hear the victory music, the lights flash, and the screen says you won $1.25. You're celebrating, but you just lost $1.25. The machine made you feel good about losing. Former casino techs say this trick destroys players slowly. They think they're doing okay because the machine keeps celebrating every little win. After an hour of play, they might be down hundreds and not even realize it. The RTP on this game is already low, around 88 to 90%. But combined with the fake wins, it becomes one of the most deceptive setups in any casino. And then comes the so-called Mr. Big Bonus round, the feature everyone waits for. It triggers about once every 200 spins, and it's a simple pick game with shoes and prizes. But the math is cruel. It almost always pays less than 50 times your bet. You might spend $500 getting there just to win $75. Former employees even shared a story about a bachelorette group that spent 2 hours playing together on a Sex and the City machine. They were laughing, cheering, having a blast. When they finally left, they thought they almost broke even. But according to transaction logs, they had lost over $2,000. The game had celebrated their losses so convincingly that none of them noticed. Insiders say this machine isn't just designed to take your money, it's designed to make you feel good while losing it. It's psychological manipulation wrapped in pink and glitter. And because it's technically honest, it shows exactly what you won. It's completely legal. It's not a game of luck. It's a masterclass in emotional distraction. The game had celebrated their losses so convincingly that none of them noticed. Insiders say this machine isn't just designed to take your money, it's designed to make you feel good while losing it. It's psychological manipulation wrapped in pink and glitter. And because it's technically honest, it shows exactly what you won. It's completely legal. It's not a game of luck. It's a masterclass in emotional distraction. Wheel of Fortune, triple extreme spin, the gamble trap. You've seen it. 3 colorful wheels stacked on top of each other, promising massive wins and thrilling bonuses. It's the Wheel of Fortune, triple extreme spin, and insiders say it's one of the most punishing slots ever released. This upgraded version of the original Wheel of Fortune looks exciting, but its RTP is even lower, usually 85 to 87%. It has 3 different wheel bonuses: bronze, silver, and gold. Sounds great, right? Except the bronze wheel triggers about 70% of the time and usually pays only 10 to 50 times your bet. The gold wheel, the one that can pay up to 1,000 times your bet, is almost mythical. In 5 years, one casino technician saw it triggered only 15 times. Here's where it gets worse. When you finally hit a wheel bonus, the machine offers a gamble for a higher tier. If you land bronze, you can risk it for silver. Silver? You can gamble for gold. Around 80% of players take the gamble, and nearly all of them lose. Former employees have witnessed people trigger bonuses after hundreds of spins, only to throw it all away in seconds chasing the better wheel. One woman hit the rare silver wheel, decided to gamble for gold, lost everything, and just sat there staring at the screen in silence. That's the trap. The illusion that more is always worth the risk. It plays on human nature. We're wired to hate settling even when we're ahead. This machine is a perfect example of how casinos turn greed into profit. It doesn't punish you for losing. It tricks you into losing by choice. And the moment you hit that gamble button, the house doesn't just have the edge, it owns you. Dragon Link, Panda Magic, the slow drain. On the surface, Panda Magic looks relaxing. Peaceful music, glowing orbs, a wise panda smiling as you spin. But casino insiders say this is one of the most dangerous modern slots because it's engineered to make you enjoy losing. Built by Aristocrat, Panda Magic was marketed to casinos as a player-friendly version of the original Dragon Link. The features trigger more often, the bonuses feel more rewarding, and players stay longer. But here's what the marketing didn't mention. The RTP dropped to around 86%. Yes, you'll see bonuses more frequently, about once every 70 spins instead of 90. But the average payout from those features is about 30% smaller than in the older games. You're winning more often but less money. Former executives later admitted that Panda Magic was one of the highest performing machines ever for casinos. It kept players engaged longer and quietly took more of their bankrolls. Casinos called it perfect balance, exciting enough to keep you spinning, unprofitable enough to keep you losing. One casino tracked 6 Panda Magic machines for 3 months. Those 6 generated more revenue than 10 older Dragon Link machines combined. Not because more people played, but because the same players stayed longer and lost more. The secret behind Panda Magic's success is something behavioral experts call frequent small wins. You're constantly getting just enough action, tiny payouts, quick bonuses, to feel entertained. It tricks your brain into thinking you're holding steady while you're slowly sinking. It's not a brutal loss machine, it's a comfortable one, and that's what makes it so dangerous. Ultimate Fire Link, Tiki Fire, the Heartbreaker. Ask any casino technician which machine they hate the most, and they'll tell you, Ultimate Fire Link, Tiki Fire. It's not just bad, it's morally wrong, according to some former employees. This game combines everything terrible about modern slot design, a brutal 85% RTP, deceptive bonuses, and visual tricks that make you feel inches away from a jackpot. The Firelink feature triggers roughly once every 60 to 80 spins. You need 6 fireball symbols to start it. When it hits, you get 3 respins to fill the screen with more fireballs. If you do, you win big. Sounds thrilling, but here's the catch. Most of the time, you'll get your 6 fireballs, spin 3 times, and land nothing else. Your bonus ends in seconds with a payout worth 5 to 20 times your bet. Every now and then, maybe 1 in 30 or 40 rounds, someone will fill the screen and win hundreds of times their bet. And that one lucky player keeps everyone else chasing the same high. But the worst part isn't the odds. It's the visual manipulation. During the bonus, you'll often see extra fireballs drop just above or below the reels. They look like they almost landed. That almost is what keeps you spinning. One former technician shared a heartbreaking story about an elderly woman who played Tiki Fire every day for months. She told another player she was using her late husband's life insurance money, convinced that after so many losses, she was due for a win. The tech said he wanted to tell her to stop, but casino policy forbade staff from giving gambling advice. He had to stand there and watch her lose everything. That's why insiders say Tiki Fire should be removed from the floor. It doesn't just take your money, it takes your hope. It's designed to feel exciting, fair, and generous. But behind the flames lies one of the coldest machines ever built. If this journey helped you see casinos in a new light, leave a like and share it with those who might find it fascinating too. The more we understand how these worlds are built, the more we can simply enjoy the experience.